today, we want for lay na table ACC, Anti-Corruption Commission, and the political party then concern with them be raised. When ACC be issue this particular press release and make we know what be happen inside that meeting where them be meet with the all political parties, the consortium of political parties, they will come together, make themselves one, so that when they're ready for talk, now one voice then go to use. Not gladly with waiting ACC talk. Now that all political parties meeting where ACC being get with them. Now this one in a table. I'll make you find your pen and paper if you get something for write, so that you go write and down. So when we open the phone line, yourself go get something for tea. Make us start with waiting ACC say the 4th of May 2021. He say ACC commissioner respond to political parties then concern. Political party then raise concern about the fight against corruption and some other thing them. And the way and manner where ACC don't they carry out the fight. Then the commissioner thinks say make in school, making able for explain to the political party them how in they carry out in work. After that meeting day, now this ACC put together. He said the Commissioner of Anti-Corruption Commission, Francis Ben Kaifala Esquire, he said on the 4th of May 2021, it will respond to the concern raised by political party relating to the fight against corruption na salon. He said this event then be Olam na Cathedral Hall, 3 Gloucester Street, inside Freetown. And it be organized by UDA, the Political Party Registration Commission, and the National Democratic Institute, in collaboration with UDA with ACC. I hope so they get a more, eh? Now, no mind. I don't know that they pass where this dog see this hour, and I make it the back the below they continue. Okay. He said the engagement now a follow-up meeting with the Anti-Corruption Commission on emerging issues relating to corruption and also public accountability from the initial rounds of the inter-party meeting. That means say they be done the meet before. Because if they tell you about inter-party meeting, that means say the ACC and then political party then we done the meet before. He say, and this meeting be attended by the leadership of registered political parties in Sierra Leone. Anybody get party in Sierra Leone or register? Anyway, now the one that we register. I'll continue. He said the chairman of the PPRC, Abdullah Bangura Esquire, will also serve as the chairman for this particular meeting. Say 2 of the main issues where the political parties raise. Now for say ACC, they focus more on past government official and then they pay less for focus on the current government official in the fight against corruption. So now the 2 things then this way they raise. The main one, the other thing then they way the political party they raise, but now the 2 main one then list the political party they raise say ACC anti-corruption, then fight against corruption, then focus on the one that will be did it today. That then they focus on. But the one that we did now, we sit down at the chair. They say then they turn a blind eye, then they pretend like say they don't see them. In response to them claim here, the commissioner of ACC, Francis Ben Kaifala, he begin for say, consultation and conversation with two or more people in central to accountability. All right? Consultation and conversation with two or more people is central to accountability. He said, "In willing for engage in any form of dialogue as long as na against the fights, as long as the fight na against corruption and the betterment of Sierra Leone." He also say, wetin make in and in team na the commission don dey team up tranga one against the fight against corruption from Mongo to Kamakwe, from Kambia to Kono, from Kailan to Bond, Shabra Island, for engage with the people of Sierra Leone and for tell them about in own stewardship and for get feedback in regard the fight against corruption na Salone. The ACC commissioner also described the ACC as an independent institution where they operate without any political influence. Hello? I hope so. Let's repeat that line the back. Just in case you not be here and fine. Let's repeat them back. ACC, Anti-Corruption Commission, na an independent institution where they operate without any political influence. He also adds, say, the commission not they pay attention to any person in political or in tribal or in regional affiliation. Corruption na corruption. Na corruption, then they look at evidence and fact, forget the correct conclusion. Corruption na corruption. Anti-corruption no they look outside the person come out waiting in tribe waiting no. They say they no they look that. Then a corruption then they fight. When they see corruption, then they grip and pakum. But then they look for evidence and fact, forget correct conclusion. He also say political party go find issues because they know they come to ACC for can discuss matters where relate to the fight against corruption or for get first-hand information about the activities where the commission they do. He also said the issue of ACC focusing on the past government now one of the most common misconceptions. The issue of ACC focusing on the past government now one of the most common misconceptions where people are all at the public and most times then they pass them by political party. I hope so they hear what the commissioner say. He also highlights a number of cases them where ACC don't investigate and they not prosecute since in Kana office inside June 2018. He said cases that involve individuals from both the past and the current administration, with majority of them being cases involved in officials of the current administration. Yeah. The commissioner say the one them where in don't prosecute majority in this one, this current administration. But people and they look and for say now like the previous administration there now they focus pa. He say the fact and then they represent the true picture of cases where they investigate since in kind of office. The ACC commissioner had said the fight against corruption not by any means perfect, but not the best level ever since the establishment of the commission. The fight against corruption as alone, where ACC they do right now, not perfect. But he said that the best we don't get since we get ACC in a salon. He said in respect, the independent local and international bodies them, like the Millennium Challenge Corporation, they done at the MCC, Transparency International, Afrobarometer, etc., we don't recognize the country in effort we don't they take, and an impressive one back rating and then don't they give Salone in the fight against corruption. So they urge political party them for able for engage with ACC for get information on corruption issues instead of relying on fiction, non-factual, incorrect, and misleading information them where they out there. The resident director, program director for NDI, Wena Mohammed Kone, say in institution they work for established engagement with political party them for promote good governance and accountability na the country. It tell thank you to the political party them for attending previous meeting them. We help for enhance this particular dialogue where them be get on the 4th of May. The one that will be present at the meeting are the Secretary General of APC, Ambassador Fode Ousmane Hassane, and the Chairman of the National Grand Coalition, NGC, Dr. Dennis Bright, and the Chairperson of Unity Party, Femi Claudius Cole, among others. The program ended with questions from representatives of political parties, where then be responded by the ACC Commissioner. This now waiting ACC tell we. You don't hear. Well, where ACC don't talk done, the consortium, they not being glad with what ACC say. So then come out with the young press release, able for outline the thing them where ACC talk. Now that meeting where them be go, where them feel say not correct. Okay? This now what the consortium say. They say in a public notice. They put her in care of the NGC, the national head office, and also the Unity Party. Well, let's just go straight to the matter. They say the consortium of progressive political party when a coup COPPP. So I go to say coup. Okay. They say now a union of 13 registered political party where they represent over 60% of the electorate na Salone from all the regions them of the country. Somebody been see this first line. The person can tell me say wait to. He said that why they talk say na 14 registered political party and then get 60%. We then believe say na electorate them na Salone. He said the one we win self na the country. How much percent it take win? Allow left and allow continue. Then say, although the constituent political party maintain their individual identity, but this consortium don't come together, they provide a platform for them for pursue their primary aim and objective when for protect the democracy na Salone. So the consortium don't receive a news item published on the 4th of May by ACC, where they say ACC commissioner respond to the political party then concern. Then are the one where I just read for you so just now. If you they pay attention. And I just read just now, eh? Then say then at the consortium go like for state with no uncertain term that this news item, where them pull so it totally distorted about the meeting where them be all. Whereas the news reports go lengthy detail about waiting the commissioner being say. And they not talking nothing about the funny issue them with them be raised. Them the political party them at the floor. And the impression where the commissioner successfully educates an ignorant group of political party leaders we go home satisfied. Then say the consortium found this style of reporting to be unprofessional and intended for mislead the public. So for that, then they can tell we what thing happen inside our meeting. Yeah? In response to the observation, the consortium in observation for say ACC in the fight against corruption is more focused and efficient in investigating the past government officials them than this current one. Then they say, the consortium say, the ACC commissioner, Francis Ben Kaifala, deliver a laundry list of past and present cases, including conviction and acquittals of government officials, reference to international recognition of the commission's good work, their focus on evidence and legality, and their extensive engagement with the public. However, inability for provide satisfactory answers to some key issues where them be raised, he say be left no other option than for conclude the Anti-Corruption Commission find it difficult or for say impossible for handle corruption cases where involve top officials in the current administration. Until the year, waiting the consortium say, some of the highlights of this meeting, now they ready for make me so we will not be there at the meeting. They say they know they keep nothing for thing, then they make we know all things will happen there. And then say that so it be happen. Number one, the commissioner categorically talks say it more difficult for investigate for probe public officials when they are in office because they have control over evidence. The consortium say this now waiting the commissioner Francis Ben Kaifala talk na that meeting where them been go. Then say he talk say he act for investigate somebody within a power now because waiting do then get control over the evidence. They say this particular statement alone answer the question on why the commission seem for be better for investigate top officials them by the past government will be done commode than the one them we see them now. Number two, the commissioner described himself as a realist. They say he indicates in acceptance on the status quo for saying they try invest within the constraints of the current realities. But then say unfortunately, this way how the commissioner they try for portray himself, they try for appear for try for be surrender to the norm and complete of the high principles and ideals. They say all water to them. Number three, they say the commissioner, that are the consortium, the commissioner maintains say he not they do any political bidding or claim to be independent in the execution of his duty. However, when they ask him if he go prefer if the Anti-Corruption Commission was hired and fired not by the president but by an independent body, in reply was, it is what it is. And this was the reality in most countries. Who not been dating. But the one the way they did, the thing the way they write for make we know what happened there, and we they read so for you. They ask the commissioner, say, yes, well, this work you get, and the president appoints you, and the president go fire you. You think, say, if an independent body they hire, like ACC commissioner, and if they want for relieve another independent body, they go can't sit down. Then she say, work fine and relieve you. What do you think about this? He say, it is what it is. And they say, this one, not all water to them. Number 4, they ask him, say, the huge amount of money will then pay to the office of the First Lady. The commissioner repeats, say, the official explanation for them payments then legal because the Ministry of Finance now they authorize them by law for spend 1% of the country in budget to a public cause. In this case, the First Lady's pet project when I answer for our girls a public cause. On this subject, boku questions them be left. For instance, which proportion of the amount where they pay to the First Lady in projects fall inside that 1% limit? They say because if you consider the other good public causes them where they pursue by civil society programs them, and the First Lady in your project be able to get preferential treatment compared to other one them because of imposition. Na question they ask you. And say what's at the level of oversight where they exercise on the spending of the public fund where then disbursed to the Answer for Our Girls campaign project, considering that the Auditor General report don't reveal the extreme yuki business will happen inside the financial management way na the office of the First Lady. Number 5. On the very controversial case of the missing 49,000 bags of rice donated by the Chinese government for the free quality education project, they say they want me to know say the commissioner in prosecuting this case be involved very highly placed people. We come out very clearly. He explains say the way in be handle that case day. He end up process on documents then where he not be able for access. And then one day na be cabinet decision on the distribution plan for the rest, and the refusal of the then Attorney General for granting requests for a normal trial by judge alone, as opposed to the risk option where the previous Attorney General want take say by jury. He said this particular case remain unresolved, and the commissioner stated clearly that he will not take up this case again. Hey! Udeyari? Now let me tell you, say then they go look back, then go come. But now to the political parties, they don't tell us, say, the commissioner say, he not go take up this case again because he not get much of chance for winner. And so the commissioner say. So we can ask for that 49,000 bags of rice. The answer the inside here. The meeting where the commission be meet with the political party then. He not go take up this case again because he not stand any chance, boku chance, much chance for win the case. The Chinese rice case therefore stands as a monument to the ACC inability for function independently when potential big names are involved. So now so the rest case left. Then we can't tell we say then they go, then they come back. Now when the political party they don't go quiz them, they don't tell them say Edandi, una forget aya, uno they go there again. The only tell me I don't tell una na the only tell them go there. If that man they say one come back for can be flag bearer inside 2023 election, let's try. Let's see something. They ask and say, do ya the data where Africanist press they give, una go able dispute them? And the commissioner say, then data then they are factual, but they are technically not indicative of corruption. Since procedures like sole sourcing were perfectly legal. Let's ask back, let's read that side again. They ask them, say, do ya the data where Africanist press they publish? What do you want to tell we about them? Una go dispute them. The commissioner say the data them they're factual. But when you look at technically, not to say na corruption, no, because the procedures of sole sourcing is perfectly legal na salon. Number 7, on the issue of wasteful spending of public funds. The commissioner basically avoided the subject. By the way, we suggest say money can be spent as long as the law is not broken. Salon. Then ask the commissioner, say the way a manner way money they spend in a salon. Now wasteful spending, no. And the commissioner say, money can be spent as long as the law is not broken. Money, na paper, na for spend. As long as you not broke the law, what you dey wait for spend? Spend them. Because money is meant to be spent, not so. Okay. In conclusion, in order for redeeming image as an impartial body, we not mix and bend to the power of government, the anti-corruption need for proof to the people. For say, in execution of their own duty, there are no sacred cows. They say now, the eye just to watch the ACC for find out who that thief the rest with China give salon. Who that thief that rest there? With China give salon. I don't able for bring to you, but who's in them? Will you safe? Not be even no say it don't happen. The way this meeting happen, the way ACC then report the own side, be left the consortium not for Glady and think say they not get any other way but for come out and make me you know waiting happen na the meeting. You surprised? Or you think say na the right way ACC be answer? Because when you look at them, na political party them. At the end of the day, they get their own agenda. So the commission self go play to their own ball so that they no go harm them. That's how you look at them. Or you think say, like how the commissioner say, corruption na corruption. Wrong, na wrong. Chinese race will not be investigated anymore, says the commissioner. Because wetin do? You no get foot for Timapa for win that case day. So, in our angle, disgrace himself just now. Eh? Or you feel to say, case still in there. No matter how the commission want for do am, case did. If you look and find no more. And so you say, feel? But Nayana Salon and Nayana Sierra Network. Because for we na Sierra Network, how we get them, na so we dey lay on a table. Make we all get opportunity for talk about them. And so I go bring us friend, make we hear wetin us friend get for we today. Welcome on board, us friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tripoli, for giving me the platform. Thanks to all the listeners and viewers, and thanks for your relentless effort you always do, despite whatever difficult to get with internet and so on. Regarding this issue between these political parties and the ACC, we don't know say it been on the brew now for long. They don't jamia, but finally they will get another face-to-face meeting before this 2-year term they come to an end. Let them see what the next government would have coincide. But all along, what it bring about all this issue, yeah, not only I believe say what in then they bother about, first of all, how the public funds they are, then they actually go, or how the trust it they to the people that own the agencies them, and how the public domain they get benefits from waiting they supposed to get. Then they give them, or if they give them, then they give them the right way, or waiting they go buy for can't give them, or then they question again, waiting they want for can't give it, now the right way then they give it, then they take and follow and can't give it. So in other words, they try for know how public funds then they try for go. And because of the public funds issues there, we don't pose a problem to national agencies and that corruption versus integrity that they can now. So because of them two things there, then they want for put integrity, let it go overcome corruption. In other words, let people then get that integrity, that respect, and those say your responsibility, your duty with public funds, or the idea we they create for let you go say I want to go do something to the society. They do it for the purpose we will benefit in the right time, in the right place. So then therefore say a lot of effect and through anti-corruption. But you find out say the rhythm where the anti-corruption don't get for the past year since the institute term, where they don't get donor funds, defeat here, government here, UK help here. So they were able to put before you get the African Union, where then they work in concert with the international transparency, or how they call it, Transparency International. Then they get meetings here and here. So you go find out, say, what's the drive for him? Say, now we put down corruption. So the rhythm where the ACC don't get from where the institute, you find out, say, well, then begin halfway, people in the condemn, so, well, they're not be effective. This government being just left so that, well, then why they come? Well, we now, when we come, we really look more effective by coming to institute courts wherein everybody able to see how the courts they go on. Then we go bring international separate people in. Then we able to forget an array of people who they don't convey. Then the ACC back get them on a home base where they go and hold on here and there. So based on evidence. But it all come to the infrastructure. Waiting that rhythm they it been the altar So this rhythm now don't come with those structures. But you go ask the question, are they skill set structures? Where now structure them where go able for be skillful so that the people then go able for believe say una they do una job independently, una they hold una for hold, una they hold una do what una get for do. So the infrastructure you therefore think of the judiciary, how the judiciary set up there in relation with the ACC. Then you go look at the other areas where now the norms, the laws that will be done there, where the people then they don't get laws that will they make for themselves or beliefs or lifestyle for say this now something where well say they tie count and they eat. So then norms that they back. They get the norms of the people that they fight the corruption. They get the international body, their own norms and beliefs. So we will give them money and then things that will get for expect to now. So you're looking at all the norms and the norms of food that you get for both fact for let you go one say if they do corruption, then they believe well you get for their skills and the way you don't acquire so that you go able for go, you go able for execute your duty. So you, the ACC person, the one where they say they fight this corruption, now these are the things now where you go say you lack them or you don't lack them, or they're not the structure, infrastructure where you need for more forensics. So until you lack them, or you not get a big amount of losses in terms of the capacity of when employees them. But again, you go back and say, as long as you don't set up all these things, and then things that you get for look into, we say, they forget the norms and infrastructure they understand, then who standards they will be able for use. So that will be like a distant dream in the end. Or people then go just dream distance, say, oh well, something this year, will be not just the one that will this. So people begin to think, would I go fight for we? Or would I go come? People then go begin to ask questions. See, we will not get the right questions. But you have come about to the skill set. And that skill set, then, the most important thing when you fight corruption. When you get that skill set, not that I'm not saying the man is not having skill set, but I just say these are the things that we can foresee in the implement so that you will find out then laws the way the people that don't believe, when there are certain institutions there, then the one that want a politicians, certain individuals and get their own areas there, and then even the one that when they come for say, okay, would they try for help with this amount for let una go able for do something. They able for separate say this money and they take out because of this and they go invest now because of this. So all them believe when they was able for debate, they go able for watch now who side the impact they day. And when the impact side in the day for say this able to get impact to the people there or in proportional for what they say that they can spend 1 million is it equal to what they do. Or how you able to get this money, or how you go able to go about for let you go get what you want for say that 1 million work I want go do. So that they get for look say, should I close this area, or should I avoid a third party, or should I go to get evidence as a skilled person? Because if I want to go find out about food this distribution at schools, I therefore understand what in the system, what did it for let schools and get food. How CRS been they give food? Would I then they give? This person get right. You know their laws and they what they do. So you get for go now. How I go able to track this? Well, I go able to get evidence. Rest don't disappear now. Or person when they walk around hospital, I know if I go say I go look, I go don't just see a boxes of medicine and now they say when I the medicine and then where they are not differentiate. We say this medicine here, not to the type of medicine what they need. This is one way that medicine when they're not for even paying in a public place, they for put an outside we secure. When a dangerous drug, but useful to the patient. So those kind of things we count to the skill sets. So some of the areas you go find out they lack these areas, they lack this. Then you go count out to the other area now where it piece and the most one where in the surface say in a biasness in the CC in the B, where you see that emotional connection in the negative way, because you get the emotional connection, like yes, I will say, when you sorry for the person, know the person need to go help them. But in this way, because of affiliation, that affiliation sometimes you go question and say, is it because of affiliation? That emotional say, oh, now this person here, Asabi and the uncle, I don't want to say disgrace in public, just a scenario like that. For people in the question that one day, but the political parties that even they try for bring to the ACC, but in this guy's way of evidence for say, well, we will not be get that cross-border reach, we will not be get cross-border reach between the political realms. You see, it just be like one side. So then go begin the question, is the satisfactory the answers they would not get. And we see the problems that what did happen, that integrity, the existing it is stand dream. And then they ask for urgent necessity so that they were able to trust the law. So now in the politics and they do, they left now to the ACC how he will able to try address these things. But again, you know what they say, oh well, yes, not true. Many people will not do this. You will find out, see, it's just gonna be an area wherein people like say, well, allow us, Lord, we'll see what they do, but they don't see it once of the rest. They don't go. But the way they come back, in everything, they don't go come back and say back and tell we see the person now will negotiate to now. When I give it time, we will see who will be able to rectify back. So people will begin questions. Say, well, now we don't say this strategy, when I don't go, when I don't come. But these are the things people for that expect. Say, well, we not say these are the faults, but Lord will try to find a way. Or we not show way. Go on and say squeezing them. Or how we get for handling this thing. But because it has become like the corruption, the integrity, there's something there in between where the barrier and yeah, if it don't be corruption versus integrity, but because of that one, it look mixed a bit. The corruption, it gets the people and way acquainted to them with skills where then they use. Then they get your skill set because of that your skill set where they get. So your skill set now you get for them. And then the idea of that music where you talk say iron because iron. Not so that iron they go cut am. The one where they go cut am is small, but they give am shape. Where this way go under. Any move where move, it remove one layer. Any move, it remove like they cut am. So all those kind of strategies. So now the people like we seem to we and they try to remind me. So with the skill sets, based on your skill sets, and if you don't go use, so that iron will able to cut that iron day. Because you sabi the skills, this might corrupt, sabi the way they thief, so that then where they are going for try and stop them, and then where they are going to use for pull them. But if that one day they become more and more, you they find out say now what in the global anti-corruption don't say for like 2018, they talk about $50 billion US, $2 million, $1 billion US worth of stolen goods and assets, but now for the whole of Africa. Because the African Union, they don't go meet up, they tell them this. They say now 50 billion, and out of them, 25%, that they talk say, 9 days for developmental resources, then, where they don't misappropriate. So if you share out to different countries, then out of the 180 or so, where they don't say that they depend this level of corruption, and that CPI, corruption perception index. So if you find out, say, that team there, they get for come back, they say, how we be able to use money for invest for jobs and social service and additional resource that we will need. Additional resource like the additional resource for the water, the light, the hospital. Then these funds and they misappropriate them. But how will we be able to stop them? And they go on and on. But because the public domain, they always they not get anything for do. Now Friday they find out say few of them then they become revoltive. And then the high marks say, these are all the problems will be cause all these things. But because people don't want to take gun again, which is fast for me, we pray that will be, then go to the Friday, see, any after now, we see happen, then they become annoyed. The small someone for can't get, then they point the, so I will become annoyed. You see the drivers, because the driver, they like the care also, thief and they go thief. Don't forget about the behavior that they put up. The service and they get, now hustle and they hustle. But because then they stop them, immediately they don't say, well, go for don't get this. So they see how annoyed they are. Then they go tin up and they fight just to stop them from driving. So that one, there are different issues where I'm so I'm going to show them all the people in anger, where the public, they not get nothing for say. Then they see things and they occur, wherein and they see public service are not being well done. And that practicality of the way where they deal with them, with the skill set where they use, they work with the other man's skill set. And then the favoritism now you will find out sometimes they go question, say, in the be where the people then go say, because I'm sorry for this, or now this person here, they margin, then we did between. The cross margin, they say, this tiny margin here, and they rule me along. But if I cross this margin here, you go walk out in the way I want to, but go look for, say, make I find ways so that I would do things in a uniform way. Instead of at the chase areas them, where I able to get quick evidence. The areas where I not get forensics, then I will begin to find ways for say I don't lose. But now because of the way you set them up, because you set them up in a way where say you will get a court where they will say jurors and they, or you get a court where they will say without jurors, or the judge no more. So all those kind of things, and then the type of evidence where you will not first bring, and then they expect say the next evidence where you for don't bring, where you will say I will get merit over this. Go day. So the judge will say, okay, like this, I not go able. Because people like all these politicians, they say, where they're supposed for standing, then they behind the forensics. So then go keep them. The only time when they will let go, now when they come out there, then go check immediately. But sometimes some areas then where the person is skillful, now the areas are making it difficult until later now when all things are done. They say, oh, now been 1 million get now, but how this wire go? But he find out in an instant, then therefore just get a transparency. They can try to talk about procurement. Look at the procurement now. When they talk about procurement, hundreds of people and what they know about the name 2 areas, the department that they get the highest state 3. So, but we don't know what the ACC they do about it. Because I attempted, they plan for do something, they connive, and I believe say we lost and they pass if the anti-corruption because they get certain act to them to do. I'm not so sure if they go to round, but I believe say even the thought of doing something, I believe say that one day where you basically you plan them, when they see evidence you plan them, then you say I don't save this. Then look for shots again. The man when the ombudsman, he go recently na Kaifala. What he go discover about the still people in there without pay, people in there without incentives, people in there they send them from Freetown for go work in Kaifala, and then when they work they know they get extra money for pay, then they disrespect them. Despite somebody working at the trust or they go get to auntie, they go they work, but you in a place where they rent. So all these factors, they want a recent one like that. Just this week, 2 weeks ago, where he come out for go get the information. I will say they can't bring to the health minister. But so these are the things people follow. They get prisoners, and they say the prison, one of the cook, they cook, they eat the money, they very bad. So all of these things, I need to foresee how we're able to deal with them. So what it costs them where they know they get them pin. Then we don't pay for them pin. No, we go check about this. But it depends on how the forensic they bring to una go able. And I during that tour, they actually say it themselves when they end up for go hold somebody else, when Cambia and Poloko area. But that now somebody else where he say they not for don't get more than that ombudsman, but immediately go and find out complaints. So we can't give the feedback from the office of the president. So but these are the things that they go for involved like the ombudsman, sometimes they even work with them because it's an evidence in the government, they bring them. But I'm not saying they take evidence from there, but these are the people they try for involved. Then they find other skilled people who would look into the departments then because department they need skillfulness. When you talk about agriculturists, that's somebody who sabi about agriculture, then we move for go look it's more. So when you have mix, if you go say, I don't go buy fertilizer. And the type of fertilizer, like I didn't get that issue of the fertilizer, say NPK, so this. Because some fertilizer, you don't need them. Fertilizer is different. If you want to say go buy fertilizer for the soil, we don't need that fertilizer. We want to know why you buy them. We don't know where you don't go. For them come back now, you will come by installment. But you get to stop those gaps where in the agencies them, we just answer, go make an agency, we go look first. Then 3 areas they are help me fix it. They don't fix them first. Instead of we go make tertiary groups them back. So now money will divert and they. If you want, now give you enhancements because you na person who respectable, or you na person when na the chief in West, or you na the paramount chief in sister. Now give you extra a little bit. So will you concentrate on helping the other areas then for go? Instead of we say, okay, well, I can't give you back. So you split the job. So you got everybody they get an agenda for approach the problem. Or some man go say, okay, they can't give you loan. Some man go say, okay, they can't give you this. So you find out it is scattered. So by the time you find a big thing like infrastructure, people will go it's like a jobs or some other things and they by the time they will reach there, now loan then go get where will cause problems to the World Bank and the monetary funds them. So the fund will convert to something to develop. The next time, and then the one now when they go come back now, then loan them back, they see back, when they go for go procure back, they are not going the right way. You see? So those are the kind of things I only hope say the ACC will try to look into, and then the politicians and back the parties and let's go see how not only when they can they try to find something, one for restructure laws and when they inside it. Now then therefore accept say these are problem. The ACC say these are the problem we'll get, how we will able to solve them. But if they are saying that we are saying that the ACC are okay, they know what it is and they do, they are doing it right. But at some point they will come back and say, well, we'll not get too much staff. So you see, so they have to give us a framework of the whole thing so people are going to see what's in the bond. So that the system will be a blind one where people are not going to know. So that the stories are changing, and whenever the story they change, the people in back, because the people when they do this the corruption, then they change their style based on how advancement they come, how the development they go like the one so that they change their skill. When you come this way, they will go this way. Even though most of the time, not similar method they use, but they can just camouflage for them to meet up with the system. And when you don't know how that camouflage color they work, you don't know the difference between the original and the camouflage. So this is just normal. Then at the area, and then your skillfulness get for come. When you go take your skill for cut that other iron with your method of skill. But all hope say this not going to be a distant dream. We'll get an integrity where people will get urgent necessity so that they will trust the law. So our country will be able to go before. Because now the main backbone this. So it's not going to be a pointless and a destructive approach. Because of the approach, if they say left from the right, the left against the right, no. You're trying to move left, right, matching. But if there's going to be a battle between left and right, we are going to pull here and pull here. They will not understand how they bring that. Then they see more than the politicians. But the politicians, and then they really watch, but they not see the other side. So then just they assume say that this happen. Something for that they know they do this person here. This man has already in politics or whatever. But when they come, they will tell you a story. If you are somebody who not able to access things that would happen by sequence, you will forget. So you will bring person word and will say, well, we need somebody in a particular place, but we will not get person. No, just change things. We'll put this person here. People will question those things. Well, why is time too shortened? Is this person back? Is there not been do this? So people are going to begin the question, why this law change? This moment here, or this person here, when I don't know, say this person not to this, then would it get in place? So when they talk, they are the present numbers, and as soon as they add the number, as soon as they look to the people and see the number, then they add up, and then number and the people who they don't hold. So now they try to bring them, so that I go say, well, we say we get members. They will not have few members who we don't eat them that they didn't say like that. So it's just a turn around. So people will question all this until they say they hold you guilty sometimes. Yes, we will answer that one day. Evidence for hold you. But sometimes you can see say there is evidence for hold you because they always bring the evidence and waiting with the see because if they make road, you go see the road. If they make hospital, you go see the hospital. If they pay workers and you go see the pay what they pay. So but why are people saying this? Oh, well, they don't do this. So it's just something evidence. So now let's see what they will try. ACC for try stand to the grounds so that integrity will be from the own, and then we'll use that integrity for fight back, and the integrity will rise up now the country, and then the corruption will reduce. You know, say it will stop, just like chasing say like you get 10 for them, you run after them, then until that 8 will be able for one hole. You can't put them inside first. Then you run after the other 2. So until remember until the one don't come over back, other 2 come over back. But yes, still you get a bigger number of the purpose they want. So you're going to just try for the catch 1 or 2, but instead of allow all the 8s then they run until that 2 number you for catch. So you reduce the number, not that 1 or 2 not will run. Because of the method is in a free range system, we get for go better than the kind of house. So another method they get for apply for say we'll stop, but if they try for reduce them, we want to make you cut them down until they reach a point where the people know say this is a good life for they live. People are content as humanity, say enough for faith for get more passamande in a way when a million cells are the use, they are the same. Those ideas are being debate, then they see gradually in the countdown, they see people and they go about their business. Now they tell us some things, then they listen to you, then they obey. They see you don't get too much unlawfulness or all those things they're addressing it based on how they will bring in the set skill where they will use for approach. Thank you very much for giving the platform. Let God continue for help you and thank you for the very good job we said you do. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usfa.
Yeah. You're welcome, yeah.
Out, doctor. Make we hear wetin a Dr. Yon take inside today on conversation. Welcome on board, Dr. Isatuka Kejalo. You get the platform.
Yes, hi, and good evening, everyone, and good morning to many others. I hope everybody they do well. Thanks to you and to whose friend for your submission or contribution today. Just going through briefly on waiting this new press release they come about with in terms of really waiting. Yes, so as I will say, it is concerning for find out say who don't see with the fed corruption as alone and the person waiting in charge or the people that waiting in charge where they really try for fed corruption, not they stay focused, not they try to be neutral, not they try to do things then for the interest of the country. And some of the responses that Moody heard from the anti-corruption commissioner, FBK, sometimes you wonder what went wrong. What went wrong in with the person we can get so much fire in him to now? What's going on now? Somebody they really make it find it difficult for doing job, or they just don't lose the zeal to fight corruption as how it been planned for fight corruption, and also the other question we may get really as then say 1% of the country budget for go into the good cause we get for deal with good thing and we go help other areas and not to just one specific area. I believe say we all want for let we effect, violence, rape, na the country we get for go towards girls and women. But as we dey do that, we get for also understand say other things and they we also for benefit from that 1% day. And waiting at the amount of that 1% we go into that account for take care of the hands of our girls campaign where be say the first lady the champion. We not get anything against the fact say it affect women's right, it affect for young girls them, but I believe say there's so many other things than they in the country like picking them where they suffer from disability. We will also benefit from that 1% of the country in money. We talk about how much money salon get, then you look at that, and then if you say all of the 1% for going to only one sector, given that many of the other percentages that don't go into education, I believe, and many more. But then now to talk about 1%, it's all how much can we get the percentage of that? Because initially, I think we will get so many mixed messages them from we first lady say they need to get nothing. But I'm glad we were able to discover that, earlier on this year, for say, the money that they give you, the president, they give that 1% out of money where they allocate for do good things for the people in the country. But why would they only focus on one area? Just like the question they say, is it because now the position where the first lady hold, or is it because now just wait for cover up certain things and we don't they happen, we're not legitimate? So the questions are still unanswered. And I believe say if we commissioner really want for fight corruption as salon get for really try for do this neutral. And maybe for just like how many of we don't they say now, many people don't they say about the anti-corruption commission for be something or somebody where them go elect, where the people then go elect. We know what they based on, the administration could be the one where they hire, could be the one where they fire, so and the person now where if you say it's afraid in job or you want for keeping job, go try for lean towards the current administration we hire compared to focusing on the fact say are they investigate before, during, and after. That's not my job. Just like when you get the attorney generals in this country, if they begin for investigate, then they investigate no matter who you are, they will still investigate you. It doesn't matter if you are the president. We got that in New York going right now. We all know, say, the former president of America is being investigated, by the New York State Attorney General. So it no matter, because in a be president, they still do that. So we want somebody who will be a neutral person at the country, we will really fight corruption, not go afraid for talk the truth, not go afraid for prosecute people them way really they take shallow money and do something with our way it be say the not only few people them they benefit, and then the majority of the people that are the country they suffer. I think we country, at this 60th in the years of independence, we want to see growth. We want to see things and come through that people they understand, say we need for fight corruption with all we heart. Fight corruption as a Sierra Leonean, as a patriotic. We know they look nobody inside. We they try for doing for the goodness of the country in development. So with the hope, say FBK, you go back, go look at your notes, maybe the first few times where you just come on, we get this position, waiting to be your intention, waiting to be your goal, what you want to achieve within this first term. And at the same time, as the president know, there's no sacred cow, so nobody should be above the law. If anybody try for dupe, salon, money, do something which they're not supposed to forget, let the law take its course. I believe if we can do that, then the country can go forward. And that's all me get for say tonight. With the hope say salon get better. Hashtag salon for better. That's not the point, and with the hope for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Isaac.
You're welcome.
Yes, caller, I did live on air. Your name and side the call from, please.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, you did live on air. Your name and side the call from.
Yeah, Chipley, good evening. They call me Mohammed, they call from America.
Yes, Mohammed, you get 3 minutes, sir. What's in you take?
Yeah, hello?
You're not going able for listen yourself and it a delay. So listen on the phone. Now ain't good.
No,
Yes.
I don't, sorry, I don't move away from now.
Okay.
Actually, I follow up from the start of the program, and the contributions they always Dr. make with the other panelists where you can get over the program. But virtually, AAA, we get to be honest to yourself. The way the Anti-Corruption Commission they do their operations with regards tracking corrupt personnel over the country, it had to end him. It's so devastating. You're not going to imagine a sitting anti-corruption commissioner. They tell people and say the rate at which the corruption, they focus their attention on past administration too much than the present one. This first issue, an issue where everybody know, and an issue where a lot of people they don't follow up for quite a long time for see waiting on the outcome of it. Unfortunately, for any other person where they listen, for let the Anti-Corruption Commission itself come to the public today and tell the people and say, let people and forget about the rest issue. Rest where they send for people and they send out for people and they're picking a vulnerable picking in our country for able to help and assist them. Now in the Anti-Corruption Commission, they can't tell we say let them just forget about that. There's no finding. Concrete proofs and they. I listen to the back. I'll be fortunate to watch. And the interview where the president they take with CNN. I think it was this afternoon over here. So they be asking the African Express, waiting in contribution, what you get for subscribe to the allegations the way they make to in wealth and in own chief minister. You're not going to imagine the man not be able to make any kind of meaningful contribution towards that. You see, all them things they all the round, even they clearly tell the people and say this present administration, they get a whole lot of work on. The corruption too much. They really get for step up and see how best and they will fight the corruption genuinely. I mean, as they claim. Now some of them contributions and then concerns and they are still decide they raise for let people and able for let them people able. I mean, take notes of it. Thank you so much, people.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank.
Okay.
Yes, caller. I did live on air. Your name and said.
Good evening. This is Martha Egonobi. They call from Delaware, USA.
Yes.
Okay, so me on take now the rise in issue with the anti-corruption ACC Ben Kaifala. The decision for saying no go come up with that case there again is wrong, because why go with the case back in a court? Many courts say okay, we not go able favor you in this case, but for let it give up, which means the people always say the rice case involves sacred cow, they are right. And this is not a big disappointment to the Salon people then, because which means now all the other cases that we get big people and name like First Lady and all that, after a couple of months, now the same way you go die, that you go say, go able, defend them. And it's a big disappointment. So to me, I go say the teacher and the ake will be embarrass them. Now it don't lost in knowledge where it beget for can handle corruption as Salon. So this is my own take for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes, caller. I did live on air. Your name and say the call from, please.
Yeah, this is not Mike. Call from Philadelphia.
Yes, Mike.
I just want to ask Salon people, on a feel Ben Kaifala really fight corruption. That's what I feel about on just a waste of time. From what Ben Kaifala say they go 14 years. When I hear from again, anybody knows when you were about? From what say they go 14 years for go find out what happened. He ever come again? I don't believe this scam, man. Everywhere is scam, man. They all are like money. They all are thief money. Yeah? They all are thief money. Ben Kaifala they do nothing and they expose nobody. If he tried that one day, the next day he lost his job. Yeah? Ben Kaifala they pay him beaucoup money from this administration. So you're not going to do nothing for now. This all not fake, a scam. All them things they do, so I let them win the MCC score and let them muzzle the opposition. I know more. And they do nothing. Ben Kaifala they do nothing. Yeah? And when I was left for wasting our time, man. When I wake up, I mean, contribution.
Thank you very much. Yes, caller, I did live on air. Your name and say the call from, please.
Yeah, I need to talk to.
Yes, I think.
Okay, this Ben Kaifala issue, I nothing to say any news here, because I remember one time we don't talk about, or you come with a program for give the guy percentage, and I can remember some people give 1%, 2%, then all of a sudden again, then give pass mark, now then they give failure again. So I don't know how people stand. It's, to me, just look like fluctuation. And they pass on, then they fail them, then they pass on, then they fail them. So they even talk about Ben Kaifala an issue, because as long as people then they pass on and fail them, I don't see how we go able for gauge the guy, But other things again is even though all these negative things that they talk about Ben Kaifala and the government, but they are also doing some positive things too, which merits recognition as well, despite the hardship and things that we talk about, the negativity. Because, for instance, I just understand that they waive this 15% tariff on importation of rice and flour, which could enable the business people when they import those things then for bring down the price of rice and flour. That's a positive move. We go help the people.
Ayo.
Do that.
I not even want to make go there because now they can't put her. It was.
Yeah, but
they not be even supposed for put her first. Now they put her, so if now they put her until now they don't pull her. But we go for do program on that day. And Salon, the thing with me they fear, even if they don't pull her now, if we the citizen go feel like impact today. Because thing we see don't go up na salo for like and down back. Now but now then become puta.
Yeah, but for wait and see what will be the impact of them removing it, you know. Other governments then we don't put price on stuff as well. You know, we then still did it. So we're not gonna say because they put them, they can't pull them. Let's wait and see what will be the result, impact, whether the people that will benefit. We'll not just say because they put them and they can't pull them and it not go impact the people. For wait and see the result. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying most of them put them there or pull them there. I'm just waiting for see what thing will be the impact for the people that the people may concern about. Not waiting people in the speculate about whether or not they put it or not. And the impact, how it will affect the people I'm concerned about. Anyway, that's my contribution.
Thank you very much, Ayo.
Thanks.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Tripoli. I say hi to all Sarah Network. And I tell you thank you. Me don't take to this Ben Kaifala in talk. From the day one, I know say Ben Kaifala come for a mission. Ben Kaifala mission is not for come against the opposition, not to for come fight for the Sierra Leoneans them. And I wonder most of them people are only key position in our country if not really citizen, if not born of this country. Because if you are a peaceful citizen, you then give you a attachment, then give you a job for your country. I feel say what you get for do, not for do the right thing. But Ben Kaifala mission not for countries purposely the opposition. Not to that to be the expect. The people that already defend this government, not to the normal like this government. We like this government. So until then, today they know SLPP because the man don't come tribalize the party. But if they find out the founder of this party, 90% not Timni people. SLPP now more of Timni people. But the way how this man they operate, people they vote for him say if they can't change. Changes. Not for can go to again backward. If Ben Kaifala Buan begins to trace now from SLPP to Jankaba in time. But if we don't forget about all the things they say changes. Something don't happen before him. It don't only this don't clear to everybody the least layman know what's happen in our country. Then give we rest when are the poor man they rest. So many things that happen. The teachers they own and do what he get for do because if he say now the only people are the one that the way they see advantage pa. What about EU minister them? You say changes, you can't fight corruption. Not to under for start. But I don't know why Sierra Leoneans them no they accept the truth for let this country go before. Even if now you want mommy one daddy now in the do bad, tell and say you don't do bad because this country now for we. We are not different Ben Kaifala because tomorrow Ben Kaifala they lost in the go Sidon, who say get for Sidon, he eats the money we in the embedded so. Ben Kaifala no come for fed for the poor people. Ben Kaifala I dey ask myself if them people are not real Sierra Leoneans them. So the kind way then they treat we. To the kind way then they treat me, but I'm not blaming them the people who they support them on this wicked act we then do to in our country. You don't come for opposition no more. You come for change. You say changes. Start what in dinner you and what you own. Let's see what in Jojo Rollis do. A minister they always we thief now they all and put them in prison so they fire they kill all man see. If Ben Kaifala fina corruption in one can fit, we if we be sure we say yes, now real citizen, now real patriotic. The rest with a thief, now a big example with Ben Kaifala for don't score a goal, but it be just be they put flash to the opposition say I can't fight corruption where the international community be they say now corruption. The international community not care about it anymore. Because waiting don't pass, they don't see. Now waiting you go on, then they see, and the man know they take action. Waiting you come for. Waiting you come for. So me don't take down there. It's a shame for we. It's a shame for the man. Thank you very much, bro.
Thank you very much, caller. Yes, caller, I did live on your name and outside the call from.
You hear me?
Yes, I.
How you do, pa? How the body?
Hey, Master, thank you.
Thank you for spending your time late for try for Canada, this network family. May God continue for elevating, continue for blessing. Guide you like coming to back safe. Straight to the point. Me, I don't want lot blame Ben Kaifala too much about the corruption of the country. The way how they structure the country in terms of institution, no independent institution all day. And no expect somebody where they make you put the boy, you put his opposition on side, where you put the boy, that person the tip, where you shall for benefit, they go after, it's not possible. And the man don't talk and say he had for let you first a sitting official because then they control the evidence. So how they will turn against them? Where their man and the amount appointed when the president, now they pay and a political appointment. Now this will they talk for say for the man that constitution, 1991 constitution, they not amend to make them reduce the powers of the president. Alex Ben Kaifala self they count any other commissioner and the same thing back get for happen. The person get for can instead of just going for goal after the opposition, you don't get for goal after the current administration. The quoting in Ben Kaifala is right now. So the man the way I become, if you know more, you're not tight and then now one of the best commissioner for don't get so. But I'm not getting for blame on too much. I'm not getting for blame on too much. Now the structure of the decision of that country, they need to disturb with. So you have to be very tough for first corruption in that country. So let God bless you. God bless Mama Salon. Thank you very much, pa.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Yes, caller, I did live on your name and outside the call from, please.
Yes, Triple A, this is Adama from New York.
Yes, Adama, you get.
Well, actually, people they don't talk about what you mean want to talk about is the rice. So they don't really say which they don't talk about. The only thing they say Triple A. Until we get a leaders, then we get when I get the heart for that country, Sierra Leone, and for the people, will they still come to the same thing? I am not trying to be negative, but this is fact. Until we get people that are that country, they where they for the country and the people, then now the same thing where they go over and over again, the same dance. Now that's what they say tonight. I thank you very much for everything with the way you do. I like your picture. You look cool.
Thank you very much.
All right. Good night. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
Okay. Yeah, bye.
Yes, caller, I did live on your name and outside the call from, please.
It's Ezekiel, the call from Oregon.
Yes, Ezekiel, get it.
Thank you so much, Triple A. The thing not a surprise to we if people and they listen, they don't say we would they trumpet this as long as the three parts of the government, separate with their own authority. I say nothing not they happen. This not just a waste of time. A caller before this last caller be make them clear, and I've been they shake me head at the same time. Ben Kaifala not get much for do in hand tie. So he not get much for do at all. Now make they ask him that question. If he ain't go favor an independent body select a commissioner, you see it is what it is. He know, but he cannot answer that, or else he go lost in job, and the man himself won't get it. So the whole thing is just like that.
he was right. The man, he in like I don't know how they, I don't forget how they call the name. They things the way people and they make and they put strings and panna where then they pull for lay dance. These people in authority then get the strings. Ben Kaifala the string, the rope hang past, so it just they dance. Anytime we want go closer to them, then they pull that string. If it been delayed, he hand up, they pull and be put on down. So he's right. Even the rights issue, he already know. He was really determined actually because he make a noise about that. But we he don't care and go na court and he see the shame we company. Find out say, oh my God, I was fully equipped. For run after people, or the whole thing was just to run after opposition. So like we tell you say one go there again because a disgrace go pull and they for let you now say the go there, then you know already the outcome. So it's unnecessary. I guess now other thing again is left for follow so that the next person will come. If not the same thing again, as long as no president no way they come, we know they determine say I want fight corruption, therefore bring all these Sierra Leoneans together on a law where you voting a commissioner, where you get, we get no authority pass a law with that authority, So when the president now they go around and talk about sacred cow, I think the opposition forget that tune for say, sir, you have the sacred cow in your house. Opposition una begin for put the slogan together. When this man want talk against corruption and talk say this commission get sacred cow, una tell us say you have a sacred cow in the house. So as long as we not get independent body where they do this, now the same thing, because you go even drag that person from the government. The moment you go in a court, that person don't open at the hill, you just call the judge rather, and say, hey, you get for take your time. That's it. That will be the end. Now the court very court than the way, it's just the free people and like no other business. Now, everything way they go in that court today, people and just they set them free. Can you imagine if you they fight corruption, somebody we then don't even, care and go and it gets more that dirty panel now. For the fact say the man go charge them, must know say they be see something they make them go charge them. No lawyer, no the way they in a right mind, prosecutor, way they in a right mind, the way we go prosecute somebody, we not see something, way that person don't go up, and as then they commodity, this man they promote them. So if the 10 way they begin talk about, I will not get no sacred cow, let everybody in a salon for Hala say the sacred cow is in your house, sir. That's my million contribution. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Yes, caller, they live on here. Your name and outside the call from, please.
Oh, okay. Call from Virginia, USA. On this conversation with the go on right now.
You get 3 minutes.
Okay. Well, my contribution is that I'm not going to go the side the majority go. I don't think people don't understand. Somebody picked up one of my idea. How can you investigate people with in power? How they will give you documents for investigate them? So you cannot no sign no day na the world we me don't see say current government they investigate himself. You cannot do that. That the next person who can investigate what you don't do. So why people in the grumble say that they investigate the past government? If the past government not say they unclean, why they worry? There's no need for worry about that. But if you embezzle, that makes you go say, oh, now we don't want to investigate. No, the man they doing work. I don't understand why people and they bring all this talk, all this. Even the rest talk within the talk. Somebody was punished for the rest when I be minister. They don't punish that. I don't call him name. In Western America, yeah, I don't call him name. But they don't punish
They not
somebody.
punish nobody, sir. Nobody was punished for that twice. You remember how they just come on
they
and
punish
court?
somebody for that rise in Western America, yeah. We then punish for that rest stress in
If not the same Chinese 49,000 bags of rice, would then be found 800 and something bags. If now they talk about so, nobody was.
Okay, despite that, I mean, why people worry about investigating this government when this government still in power? The man not go able for investigate. You mean to say they go be minister? Ben Kaifala, they can't tell me say I can't for investigate you. All the people they do something, the paper things they all are not go keeper. I go left and I can't take for investigate. You go can't investigate, may not go say anything. So I don't think say that makes sense. I mean, some people they come up with something that we very unnecessary.
Okay,
I mean,
before you go, with this, I just want
weeks or months.
I just want to give analogy now. Since you say like this particular administration will get for wait for them first they don't come on before they investigate them. They make you like you now are you go they go and find thief man. But inside you use, you get thief man inside use. So you try for turn a blind eye inside you house, but rather they go out for catch thief man.
It don't make any sense. You cannot turn blind eye inside you house. You cannot investigate yourself. Now we party. I mean, you did in the United States when they kill people and now when they say the police and investigate. The police investigate. They say what they can come out of her. They can find the person some flimsy excuses. Say well now because this be happy. So they not penalize them. The only thing where they penalize somebody now because when they see picture naked one where this guy the master man in truth. So you cannot how a group of people in a world in our society would go one or two of us will go investigate the rest. It's not go possible because we will never give you information where you go use for prosecutory. We will not go do it. So the only people that we can do it are the next person where they come. That's how they do things. You know, you cannot, it don't make any sense. You will never catch anybody who involves parenting and it's not possible. So let people forget about all that and wait let this government come on power. The next government will go come to say, hey, when these people are been all lay down, every government will come on, the next one will come, go for investigate land. In fact, that's a very good. That will stop corruption and theft. Anything like that. So about people they never talk about all the good things where the people that they do in the country. I mean, nobody don't talk about the big rice farm. Nobody don't talk about the big onion farm. Nobody don't talk about the 15% we didn't get it. Nobody don't talk about the Nassit building where they go on, I think, Potluck or McKinney or somewhere there. But there are so many things that they do. When we look for things that way for talk against the government, when they look for things that again, we'll go say, oh, well, you know, even though they do so, but the government don't do a so good thing anymore. It's not only for when the SLPP party come, all the things that they do bad, which is not right. You know, so I mean, 2 cents only.
All right, thank you very much, caller.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and inside the call from, please.
Yeah, this is Omar, Minneapolis.
Yes, Omar, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you. Not just small anyway. I just come late too. You know, me, I just sometimes and the law they think say the glass half full, you know. Not everything no more way people don't cry them down, say, hey, they're not come for do anything. We all get flaws in our life, you know. We're not gonna be obsolete. You go do something, you know, good one time and then make mistake for the other stuff. That don't make you be a bad person, you know. We just care for lobby for letting them go well like the country. But what me they really concerned about is I would blame Ben Kaifala for all the stuff they way to go on here and that. But you know, system changes. You know, depend on just one person though. That person they go get people them guilty of stuff, they try to prosecute them. But the other end no take their own task for let them continue for punish them people. Then why we for just blame Ben Kaifala no more for this kind of stuff where they happen here? I want, you know, kind of encourage everybody. If not pressure would put on people, let everybody play your own part. You just go agree, say, not to Ben Kaifala no more responsible for prosecute people and give them punishment in Sierra Leone, right? Exactly. But you see, that the problem now we will get. We want let one single person take the responsibility of masses. Wait, to say, not to, I don't say people and they will wear many hats. But for let we just blame one angry person for take care of everything that's Sierra Leone. Correct the thing that will be don't go wrong in one grade or overnight. That's not impossible stuff, you know. We self law be reasonable. You know what I mean? We need to be reasonable. We wait in you self, not you angry, they bring everything together though. Now you get division of labor. This participate, all man bring your own stuff, they will not get to places. But for the blame one angry person, you know, of course. I don't say you don't get flaws, but you get forget and credit to say you don't do well. Now that's what we need for the do. But for the cry people, would always feel say the glass door empty. So no, a lot of things say the glass is half full. Now that's my own contribution tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Umar.
Yeah.
To them, ACC just and they make them look like a party them. Now be one fululu, we don't know waiting in the talk about. So ACC commissioner be careful, show them how things are being done. Well, they outline certain things them for we. Some questions them what they ask and the answer we the commissioner give. They ask him about the fight against corruption. Say he focus more on the past administration rather than this present administration. Then tell we say the ACC commissioner in answer to that one day now for say he act for investigate person within a power. Because what you do, they able for hide evidence. And you know say ACC not they able for work without evidence. Because ACC over and over they don't tell we say then a evidence-based investigation. Where they get evidence, now then they able for prosecute. They also asked them about the Africanist press. The commissioner say, yes, within the Africanist press, they pull it factual. But money now for spend. As long as you spend them within the law. Other questions then they will ask him about the 49,000 bags of rice. And he tell we clearly say, he not go able for prosecute than they again. Because he feel say, case not the day for win. Well, they don't tell the political party, then the political party they don't talk him. Now we self don't talk and now you said that because the last time we remember by this race from ACC, now for say then still they put things then together and then go come and do them prosecution. Now don't know say that's not going to happen. Fighting corruption. I'm not able to understand if fighting corruption we're not go able for FETAM during this particular time, but now the other person naim for Canfeta. If that's the ideology, I think it's questionable. Because you not go be police officer where they going to get thief man, but you picking a house not thief man. Alternate they can't tell you. You're able to take time for make you investigate them. You say, oh, then I'm not going able because what you do. You know, say that inside me house today. Then is nice to be hiding inside this house today. So if that is the case, then let's just forget about the fight against corruption. Because we can't fight corruption with late timing. The money them where people they don't destroy, like the previous administration, thief, destroy, embezzle. Even if they take her now, the lives the way for don't save at that time, we don't lost. The human capital where we don't lost, it's gone. It's gone. The healthcare system, where the Commission of Inquiry be on earth, how many millions? If you be say waiting them be supposed for provide, then be provide them. Mama no for lost Pekin no for lost papa no for lost wife. Then for still they alive and life still goes on. So until the one grain breadwinner na that family day, now they lost in life, then the entire family begin for suffer. So until waiting no for kill person, I go kill person. Waiting do because of corruption. So for say where we dey presently, we no go able because he go act because then go hide the evidence. That cup of tea dey, me Tripoli, I no want to drink am. Because there should be a way for make investigation be done, prosecution be made. But the excuse for say because of evidence, and we all know say anti-corruption are evidence-based, then anti-corruption for work harder. They're supposed to work harder. So that at the end of the day, we go save lives them. Corruption is what is killing Sierra Leone. So the one that will be don't kill we today. Now then we forgot that. Then we left the one that will they kill we now. I still don't get it. I still don't get her. Yes, corruption, it's a system in Sierra Leone. It's difficult, yeah, for faith, not salon. Corruption, we understand that. Now, an entire institution, corruption, a cabinet inside Sierra Leone on its own. In corruption force, in they make salon no move, go no way. Yeah? Let's check EDSA. Let's just make example for EDSA. The Ministry of Energy and all things, and what is EDSA? Since we can salon. Yeah? Every other day, if not every day, I spend 170,000 for put fuel in a generator. You know who say I don't put that money there? If not every day, every other day. Because if I get something what they do on the computer, I get for run like today. Since yesterday, I just turn off the generator for a few hours, put them on back, full-fledged. You know who side that money there for don't go? But after the end of the day, Commission of Inquiry can't tell you how many millions them. We people are embezzling. We put money we forgo other side. Corruption not good. Any kind way we forfeit time, we suppose forfeit time. Because corruption and they kill Sierra Leone. Francis Ben Kaifala, me I don't talk and I say, he don't try. Because he always say he don't collect 23 billion. Even though waiting a promise for do 30 do the wait. They not do not yet with that money there. Who saw the commissioner who don't tell you say they don't collect? Some people they say, oh, well, I'm talking and talk past and say, well, I don't tell you. But again, yes, that one is from the past. What if the present themselves they do certain things there? Then when they don't come out, the one that we can now can begin on that. Who don't have with this run at a game? Come and afraid. Come now and afraid. But for saying and for look behind no more, not for look naya. Like I said, me Tripoli, no bayam. I want us to look behind, forward, and present. I mean one for little look. Because as I see the impact of suffering in the faces of Sierra Leoneans them every day. People are not happy. 60 years. When we're talking, we're not talking at this administration no more, no. But not to the one that we come back no more. So now everybody, they say, who that married granny, na ain't go beggar. Who that married grandpa, na ain't go beggar. So if you don't want to make them talk like the way how they talk now, they're not come. Because we come for make you come, help we be a better country, help us be a better people. But where are we today? With corruption still the shiny eye. Like say, 12 midnight it for sleep. Eh? I got help alone. Anti-corruption, they try. Eh? Anti-corruption, they try. Let them do their work. Fight the past, fight the present, fight the future. Do your work. Now I make you did. Some of you even know. But to say I'm on you one day, you go say you don't want again. Nazalot. Who that go hire you? You say but then belong you say no want. Who go hire you again? I then say a liar, you go continue for going to court. But let God help alone. Yeah? Let God help alone. Now we'll go left all thing for today. Tomorrow we go there back. Till we meet again, Tripoli say, Tata.